What's up, world? Lee here with Sticks, Strings, and Other Things, my teeny tiny little corner of the internet where I come to you every other week to chit-chat with you about all of the crafty things that I have been getting my hands onto. This is episode 86, and I am filming on June 11th. It is June. It is June. I'm coming to you from a overcast and cloudy Pacific Northwest. We had a wonderful, little too warm too quickly weekend. It was great. But now we are back to clouds and I don't know what's happening. January. Anyhow, like I said, this is a crafty video. What do we have in store today? Well, we have some stitching, we have some knitting. I will discuss my finishes, my FFOs, my whips, my new starts, my plans, my life. Basic things. If you are new here, I hope you enjoy. I'm not sure how you found me, but I'm glad that you did, and I hope you enjoy. If you are a returning viewer, it's gonna be what it is. Living in my Teagoth mug is just some lovely vanilla chai. I wanted something a little fancier than I have been having, so I went with a vanilla chai. And it's really good. It's really good. I got it from Plum Deluxe. Thumbs up. Do like. But let's get into the crafting. Oh, yeah. First off, I have one FFO. I did not wait until the end of the month to finish it off. Finished it off at the beginning of the month. Yes, I did. What is this? This is the Black Needle Society Celebrate All Year. And this is evidently National Camping Day celebration for it. To which I have some complaints, which I will explain momentarily. But first, my finish. It is FFO'd. Yes, there we go. We have all sorts of lovely camping things. Except that would be a cabin. I'm sorry. You don't camp in a cabin. That's not camping. It needs to be a tent for it to be camping. Personal opinion here, I realize that, but this, well, a lovely summer evening, summer weekend, summer vacation, all of these things I would agree with. Camping? If there's no sleeping bags and tents involved, you are not camping. That's how that works. So let's get into our lovely summer holiday. We have some moon. We have a flashlight. We have a thermos, which in my world will be full of tea. We have a cute little snail. We have a fire, because, I mean, that is a requirement. We have, what is this over here? Oh, a frog. The frog is absolutely adorable. It is the one thing I slightly changed from the pattern. His tongue was not red, and I had to make it red. And then we have a backpack and some binoculars. Let me hold that still so you can actually see it instead of waving it around so you get dizzy. I thought it sweet as long as I don't think about it as camping. This is a lovely vacation. Lovely, lovely vacation spot. And works great for the summer. I like it. Lovely. I think that's everything. Yes, that is everything. Oh, and s'mores. There are s'mores. Because summer, holiday, fire, s'mores. Lovely. I do like it. It is, as you can see, FFO'd. That makes half a year. 6 of them are stitched and fully finished. Just saying. I have 6 of them done. Of the 12, technically there's 13. Of the 12, technically there is a 13. There is another one that the Black Needle Society made, and they put it in the Nashville cookbook, and it is like National Crafting Day or something like that. And so, of course, I have the cookbook, I have all the supplies. And then, when I was on, what's her name? What's the finishing lady? You know, the one who does all the trims and stuff. Whose name? I will put right here, because I can't remember it. I was on her website to get some supplies for finishing, something I'm so great at. And she had a whole finishing kit for that portion, for just that one, so that it'll match all of these. I purchased that in a heartbeat. Just saying. Just saying. I didn't know it was there, and then it was, and so I purchased it. And I don't have her name. Oh my gosh, that is so funny. It's just, whoop, not even there. Not even. It's gone. I have a kitty at the door who desperately wants in, and I'm desperately trying to ignore her. So if you hear some scritchy, scratchy, scratch, that's because the door is shut. The way is shut. She does not like it. So that was my FFO, for which I'm quite proud. And then I had an FO as well. It was also a Black Needle Society stitch from their Novels and Needles book. If it is about books, you've got me. You've got me. So I bought their Novels and Needles books, and evidently this one was villains themed. I mean, I'm on board. So this was the bag that came in it. And the piece was called Bring Me Her Heart. And it comes with a full finishing kit. And there's the name. It comes with a full finishing kit by Lois from Lady Dot Creates. Lois from Lady Dot Creates. I don't need to put the name down now. Anyhow, it came with a full finishing kit, and there will be a filmed portion for the, not filmed, it's a Zoom meeting type thing, for the finishing class. Zoom class, there's the word. For finishing it with Lois. I will not be able to make it to said class, but luckily it will be filmed, which is why I got stuck on filmed, and I will be able to watch it later. This was a teeny tiny piece of fabric, and it was also cut poorly, so it was even smaller than it was supposed to be. So I pulled out some scraps of fabric and used my sewing machine so I could put it in a Q-snap. So I have this monstrosity right now, and I will pull all of these edges off when it's time to finish it, but it made it really easy to stitch. And there is my FFO. I also ran out of the Grapevine colorway with just a little bit to go, and I just fudged it. I fudged it, and you can probably exactly see where I fudged it, but you all are my friends, right? And you won't point it out. Here's my finish. I think it's really fun because, I mean, it's obviously Snow White related. It's obviously the poisoned apple, but it is also, very obviously, an anatomically correct heart. I really think that's awesome. I really do. So we have the poisoned apple in an anatomically correct heart. Well, anatomically correct. It's got the stuff. Anyhow, made me happy. And we're obviously in a forest. Can I say obviously one more time? I think obviously I enjoyed this piece. It was a quick stitch, and I enjoyed it. I just was frustrated with everything. I did send in a question about the size of the fabric. They said you'll have plenty, don't worry about it. They were definitely right about that. I did have plenty of fabric, and there's still plenty for me to do the finishing, but I was a little annoyed when not only was the fabric cut very poorly, like it's supposed to be 6 inches. It's 6 inches here, and it's like less than, it's like 5 1/4 here. Made me a little nervous. Anyhow, that, and then I ran out of thread too. It was a little annoying. I understand why they only gave us bits of threads, because these are all fancy threads, and when it's this tiny, you do not need an entire skein. But they cut it a little close on a couple of the colors, and I wasn't really wasteful. There's my back. I never show my back. Oh my God, I just showed my back. I just showed my back. Anyhow, let me flash that again. There's my back. You can tell I'm not wasteful. Who am I? Anyhow, I think this is really pretty. The finishing bit will look We'll just borrow you. It will just be around. It'll be around like that. And then there's a pocket in the back. I was going to try and show you the pocket, but this is literally the chart is on the back and I couldn't figure out how. So we will be creating that. People will be doing it much earlier than me, as I will wait to watch the class after it's done because I can't go during that class. But here are all the bits for the finishing from Lois from Lady Dog Creates. All in this handy little bag, which means I guess I don't really need this bag anymore. Get rid of that. So it's all happily put together there. And I thought that was fun. I just need to take off all my bits of fabric. There we go. So that was my FFO. Oh no, my FO. And if I recall correctly, it was started on one day and finished that same day because it was teeny tiny. Makes it easy to do. So those are my finished portion of the day. Okay, that's really good. That is really tasty. I'm enjoying it. Let me check my notes. Yes, whips. I have some whips. First thing I'm going to show you is my 100 stitches a day project, which I did slightly alter. I'm now doing it as 200 stitches a day until I finish this piece. And then I'll go back down to 100 stitches a day. I just want this one done. She's got to the point where I'm like, I want you done. Just be finished. And so I'm doing 200 stitches a day. But that is weirdly a lot. It really isn't. But when I'm trying to do everything else that I'm wanting to do, 200 stitches seems to cut into my other crafting, whereas 100 stitches does not. So I will continue my 200 stitches a day on this until she is done. She still lives in her Q-snap because she is not finished. This is Elizabeth by Carriage House Samplings. And yes, I finally finished her dress. I never thought I was going to finish this dress. I did finish her dress, as you can see. I even gave her legs. One of the things I think is really adorable about her are her socks are not equal. They're different lengths. It amuses me because, I don't know, it just does. Put in the bird there, have finished the full outline of the piece, have added the leaves to the, well, added leaves, I was going to say to the plants. They didn't exist before, so I've put in the leaves, and I have started filling in the grass. And I chose to do it that way because the fill-in on this is a different color. The outline of this is the same as the fill-in over here, so I'm just going to do this little fill-in of that little hill that she is on. I did add just a teeny tiny little outline right here. I did a tiny bit of back stitching between the bird and the dress because while they are different colors, my two dye lots are very similar and you cannot tell. And I think it really, really helps. Not sure if you can tell. You sort of can, actually. Yeah, it just kind of outlines the bird a little bit, makes him stand out against the dress a little bit more. So all I need to do to finish this is to fill in all the leaves. So the leaves on the plant here, these little ferny leaves get filled in, this hill, and then there's a whole bunch of back stitching here, not back stitching, fill in for the trees here, which will make this word here, which is birds, which I think, if I pull it close enough, you can see it. It will be very easy to see because it will be surrounded by, I'm not sure which color green, but it'll be green. It will be a green. And there is Elizabeth. She might, at 200 stitches a day, she might be done by the next time we see each other. If she is, I am going, you will hear. You will hear the joyful yelp I will give when I finish this one. I do not know why I got so stuck on her. I don't mind fill-in, but for some reason that dress just broke me. And now I just want this one finished. I still have Molly to do. Of the 4 girls, Molly is the only one I haven't started. This is done on a 40 count, I think. Not sure what fabric because it's been ages. And I am using a Vicki Clayton conversion. And I am doing this 1/2, which is why I believe it is 40 count. what I couldn't tell you. I do love the colors. I do love it. I think it's going to be adorable when it's finished. No clue what I'm going to do with the 4 girls, but that's where she stands. She will be lovely when she's finished. It's just lots and lots and lots of fill-in. Lots of fill-in. The other cross-stitch whip that I have been working on is Modern Folk Embroideries. I was going to call it a mystery. It wasn't a mystery. Modern Folk Embroidery Stitch Along for this year. I'm sorry, sweetheart, you cannot come in. Silly kitty. Anyway, Modern Folk Embroideries Stitch Along for the year. No time like the present. I've been trying to get about 4,000 stitches done a month. I have a couple thousand more to do today. Do on this one this year. Month. But here is where I am. I decided to finish out all of the borders. Then I got so very tired of stitching lines and lines and more lines and more lines and more lines and even more lines. I feel like I've been doing a lot of borders lately, a lot of lines in borders. So then I came up here and I started doing some fill-in of the bird section. So I did one whole strand of 6 threads here, so one whole 6 strand section. I don't know if that made any sense. I did a portion here, then I went back down here and finished up this box. And when I get back to it today, because I have not done my stitches on this today, I did on Elizabeth, but I haven't on this, I will fill in this border here, which will not give me the couple thousand I need on this still this month, and then I will go back up here and I will start filling in these lovely bird sections. We will see how far it gets me. If I get, I think it was 5,000 stitches done this month, which is kind of my goal, I have to do 4,000 next month, and then I will have about a little less than 4,000, I think, if I did my maths correctly, in April, August. It's an A month. And then I will be finished, which I think I'm trying for an August finish on this, so that I am free for Sampler September and Black November. And then also Advent stitching in December. Loving it. Absolutely loving it, though. It's so pretty. So I have finished the entire border all the way around, and it met. I mean, it was going to. This is a very symmetric outside border. But it did meet. I had no fudging, which, I mean, always feels good. And yeah, I'm going to go in here, and it won't be just long lines. It will not be just long lines, and that will make me very happy. That is my plan for today. I also have, what do I have? What else have I worked on? Oh, my aster tea. One second. I think I need to go get my aster tea. One moment. You know, I said I thought I had to go get my aster tea? Well, I got up and went looking for it. Couldn't find it. Came back in here and it was right next to me. Yeah, maybe that's why I can't find my chatelaine. It's probably right in front of my face. And that's why I have not been able to find it. It was literally sitting right next to me. Right next to me. Yeah. This is the Aster Tea by Pip and Pim. I am using Serial Knitters Dye House yarns in the Echo Lake Tweed base, which is a 52% mulberry silk, 24% super kid mohair, 20% fine merino, 4% viscose. It is a fingering weight base. And when I showed you it last time, sorry, there's a little bit of a tangle. I showed you that it was a bottom up, so it was just roundy, roundy, roundy. It was just a tube. Well, I have pulled out the color for the aster portion, the flower portion, and I'm trying to get my needles out of the way. They are not getting out of the way. My needles are not behaving. And here's where I am on the front. Yes. So that is the color I'm using for the flowers. Most people, and the way it is designed, is that each row of flowers you use a different mini. But I'm not doing it that way. I have decided that I am just going to use this color. One, because I like this color. I think it's really, really pretty. And two, I don't have any minis in this base. And I'm really liking the silky, silky base. I'm starting to wonder, however, if it's too big. Nah, it'll be good. It'll just be nice and drapey, which was the point. I am very, very close to finishing the left shoulder on the front. And then I go over and I will do the right shoulder on the front, and then I will have to do this same patterning up the back and make some sleeves and a collar, and then I will be done. So there we are. It looks kind of funny right now because that is the back. Let me do it that way. There we go. A little bit better. Ah, I do love this. Look, can you see that? Isn't that fun? It is just super fun. I think I have 2 more repeats of a flower. So it's words, they are hard. Technically, the way that it is written, a repeat would be 2 rows of flowers. So I have 1 more of those. But the way it is written is you only have to do 1 flower row and you can stop there. Like, it works. But to get the offset, you have 2 different sections. Anyhow, that's not making any sense. But look at those. Aren't they pretty? And then I will definitely be finishing this shoulder today and moving on to this shoulder. I might even get a portion of this shoulder done today. We will see how long laundry takes me and editing. Oh, isn't it gorgeous? It's so pretty. It's going to be lovely. It's going to be absolutely lovely. And it is so wonderfully drapey and soft. It must be all that silk. I am doing these on a US 5 3.75 millimeter needle, and I am using the Knit Picks Mindful needles. I do like them. I prefer Hayas, but I like my Mindfuls as well. And that is my Aster tea. Technically, I should have brought my reading shawl, but I didn't really work on it all that much, so I'm not going to. It's so big that unless there's an actual growth of change in it, it doesn't make sense to keep showing it. So until I finish probably the next 2 stripes, you're not going to see it. So that is all my whips. So let's get to new starts. I have just 1 cross-stitch new start, right? Yes. Well, technically I had 2, because one was the Bring Me Her Heart, but I also finished that one, so she was a new start too, but details. So, living in here is The Odyssey by Quaternon Creates, I think. Let me pull my threads off. Anyhow, I've started The Odyssey, and my friends are so delightful. They asked me, is it going to take you 10 years? I didn't want to admit the actual answer is probably yes. This is The Odyssey. I am using Gold Rush by Be Stitch Me on a 40 count, black 310, and my red is, am I using Falou Red? Yes, Falou Red by Roxy Flosstube. And there is the beginning. I saw this, I don't remember who, someone was working on this, and I absolutely adored it, and decided that I also needed to do The Odyssey. All I have so far is the Cyclops, which, you know, there's his little sheepities, because, you know, Cyclops, if you know the story of The Odyssey, Cyclops, sheep, and you can see Circe's pig right there, so obviously Circe is next. I chose these colors because Greek story, Greek pottery. Greek pottery has this lovely dark mustardy color with black figures and red highlights. So that is what I'm doing. You can see some of the red highlights, the bones that from the Cyclops and part of the sheep. Sweetheart, you really need to stop doing that, honey. Apologies. She's not coming in. She's not. There have been issues when certain kitty comes in here. And so therefore, they are not allowed in here right now. No matter how well I put away my yarn, if they can get to it, they pull it out. Even out of zippered project bags. They've been figuring out how to open zippers. Only in this room. I can have my yarn anywhere else in a bag that's zippered. They leave it alone. This room, they get into it. So they are no longer allowed in here, which is tragedy for them. Yeah. There is the Odyssey. Not sure when I will get back to it. This was start 26 and Bring Me Her Heart was start 27 of the year. And hey, I finished that one. I'm not finishing this one this year. Hopefully it will not take me 10 years. Well, it's not kind of my friends to make that joke. Though it was very accurate of them. And they might be right. One moment, I'll be right back. I need to go pet the cat, evidently. I'll be right back. I'm back. The silly cat, Phoebe. She doesn't even want to be in here. She doesn't even want pets. She's trying to get me to give her snacks. Well, that didn't work. I did not give her snacks. She does not get snacks for poor behavior. Okay, scratching at the door is not that bad of poor behavior, but... And she's back. She is desperate for snacks today. Gracious. Well, she's getting ignored now. I hope the sound doesn't bother you. I hope it's not being picked up by the microphone. That kitty, I swear. Now, on to my other starts. They are both from knitting because it is sock month. It is sock camp. Crazy Sock Lady does sock camp every summer. So from a certain point in May/June until a certain point in August/September. I don't remember the details because I never actually truly participate. I just play along. You want to? She asks you to knit socks, just because. And if you are on Ravelry, you can be on her board and put them in the finished portion or on just chatting. You don't have to finish. You can just play along. I just stitch along. I don't post anywhere. I mean, I'm on Ravelry, but I don't post to the sock camp stuff on Ravelry or Instagram, even though I exist on both of those platforms. Because then I might get chosen as someone to win a prize, and then they'd send me more yarn. Which isn't a bad thing, but I don't want to encourage it. Anyhow, living in this bag, coffee-related bag, even though I'm a tea drinker, because I pretend that these are tea bags, or tea mugs. Living in here is my Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad June socks. That's the colorway. I have it in a fox yarn sock, because the colorway was called Fox in the Yarn Den. I tried to find a fox-styled sock that I wanted to stitch, and I didn't. So I gave up and just went with Coffee Talk by Tracy Miller. I am using the mini that came with the set, and as you can see, blistering amounts of work have been done on it. So I have my mini, and then I have just that much of the sock. It's a fun texture. It's what I haven't done Coffee Talk before. It's a fun texture. It's really fun. It's just on the front. It's really simple. I'm enjoying it, and I would like to get these finished this month because, again, I am trying to get all of the yarns finished in the month I get them for the Farmer's Daughters Fiber Sock Squad. But yet again, this color is very like 2 of the other colors they've already sent this year. And yeah, I'm not doing it again next year. Not with them. I'm tired of getting the same colors. Same thing happened last year. So I realize there's only so many colors, but there's so many colors. Anyhow, that is that. And that is the first sock, and I'm not very far. And then living in this lovely bag, which I showed off last time when I got it, because Dark Academia, this is, oh, I don't remember who made this bag. Let's find out. Do we have an answer? Minnie Moon. Minnie Moon made that bag. I had to find it though. It's a nice little bag. I like it. Drawstring. Handle. Really handy. This one is a Stitching the High Notes. That's who made this bag. And in here is, because I haven't had a self-striper on the needles for so long, is the Knit Stippin Farms Hummingbird. I had to. I just had to. So there it is, all caked up. And I have a lot more progress on this sock. There it is. Aren't those pretty? Look at those colors. It's so pretty. I love it. And the reason I have more work done on this one is I actually took this to work on Friday. We had a pop-up on Friday, and my giant shawl was just not going to be something that I could work on if there was any time. There was a bit of downtime on Friday, and so I was able to work on this. So that's why I got as much. It's easier just to have roundy knitting when I am at work. Look at those colors. Aren't they lovely? I love it. I love it. Anyhow, that is my second sock that I am now working on. I need to go back to Coffee Talk because I need to finish that one this month. This one I do not need to finish this month, but I might anyway. And those are all my starts. Is that correct? It is indeed. So let's get on to plans, and then stash, and then life. Plans. Drink more tea. I hope it's nice outside sometime this week so I can go sit outside on my deck. I did a couple days. Just sat on my deck and enjoyed it. It was so nice. And then the clouds came back and it's not as nice to sit on my deck right now. Anyhow, one moment. I need to pause for a second. I'm back. It's allergy season. Let's just leave it at that. Yes, I know, allergy season, and I love to sit outside. It's not like it helps my allergies, but it is lovely. Anyhow, plans. That's where we were at. What are my plans? First off, to finish my thousands of stitches that I still need on, I think it's like 2,000 stitches on No Time Like the Present, to do my daily 200 on Elizabeth until she is done. Done. Whipco. Would like to work on my Whipco calls, which is Thriller from Sampler Cove, and Find Persian Iris Garden. I've searched, I've looked, I haven't searched, I've looked. I need to get in here and do a serious search because I put her somewhere smart. And God only knows what that means. Could she be over there? One moment. I'm actually going to stop right now and check, because if she's right there, I'm going to laugh my butt off is what I'm going to do. But I'd also be very, very happy. Just a sec. It wasn't Persian Iris Garden, but it was a whole bunch of things that I'd forgotten I had even started. Shall we look? Just for kicks. It's the rest of my Little House Needleworks. Friendship, Kindness. Are those the only two that are left? I'm not sure. But I have Friendship and Kindness. I've done a bunch of the virtues. Never finished them all. I never fully finished them. Oh, Kindness and Joyfulness. So I've got Joyfulness, Kindness, friendship, and gratitude, which doesn't have a button. Aww. Gratitude has no button. That's kind of sad. And then I have a bunch of cut pieces. And then these. I'd forgotten about these. I think these were in one of my whip goes. And I completely forgot all about them. All the stockings. So I've finished through April, May. I finished through May. So I have June. Or I'm in May. I'm not sure which. Well, that's what that was. More stitching I forgot about. But not Persian Iris Garden. See, I put things in smart places, which is never good. Anytime I put something somewhere smart, I lose it. Are you the same? Okay. Plans. Find Persian Iris Garden. No time like the present. Get my 5,000 stitches done this month. I know I've been doing 4, but I want to do 5 so that August is easier. I don't know. Makes sense. 200 stitches a day on Elizabeth. Thriller. And then whatever else I feel like doing. Oh, and a new start on Thursday, which is a new moon. So new moon, new start. I haven't decided what that new start will be. Not a clue. I'll figure it out. I showed some possibilities last video. I'm not sure if it'll be any of those. Who knows? Come back next time. You'll find out. So those are my plans for that. For stitching and for knitting, it will be things like socks and my Aster tea. I don't think I can finish my Aster tea by the next time I'm here, but I'm going to try. We'll find out. And I need to get my socks done. I need to get my socks done. The Coffee Talk socks for Farmer's Daughter's Fiber Sock Squad. And with my way I've been doing things lately, start more things. I need to finish things. Maybe I should go back to my Stephen West shawl that I was working on and finish more of it. That's a possibility as well. Oh, or my reading shawl. Or, yeah, there's plenty. There's plenty. Those are my plans. They're vague. Ish. Other than that, I have a stash. I know I did so well last time. And then, this time, we have some stash. First, we have my Be Stitch Me Fabric of the Month. It just came, so if you haven't seen it, you can close your eyes. I get a 40 count. I get the neutrals. It's gorgeous. It's lovely. Absolutely adore this. No clue what I'm gonna. It's gone now. So if you didn't want to see it, all good. I also received my Patreon fabrics, not fibers, fabrics from Fox and Rabbit. So we got this one, which is really pretty, and this one, which is also really pretty. I like Fox and Rabbit's fabrics. So those showed up. They almost don't count. They're auto renewal. So, yay. And then my Roxy flosses for June. If you don't want to see them, close your eyes now. I'm just going to hold them up. I'm not going to go through them. They're still in the bags. Very pretty. I want to do something with just these colors. I just want these colors in a project. I don't know what project, but I do. These are very bright. And those are gone now. All good. Then I got my Yarnable subscription. I know. And this one is I'm a sucker for you, because it's all cactus related. It's very pretty. And you always have to have blood in your cactuses. I'm sure it's for the flowers, but when I get near a cactus, I bleed. So lovely. It's so soft. And I may have mentioned that there was a pop-up at work on Friday. Tyler from Thought to Thread was there. Yeah, I bought more of his yarn to make yet another mini mock tank. So I'm working on a black mini mock tank, which I'm not showing because it's black. And I hate working on it, but I'm going to love the finish. I love the yarn. The base is delicious and lovely. I'm going to love the finished object. But I'm not enjoying the black as much as I could like. So I bought more yarn to make another one, and it is in his Resilience base, which is a merino cashmere nylon base, and this is in Snowy Owl. So I have the two that I need to make another mini mock tank. I really like the green one. I should probably wear it on here sometime, but whenever I'm filming, it's cold. And so I haven't, but I really like the mini mock tank. It's just comfortable, and it's really nice to just throw on and throw other things over. It's nice. So, another one. I'm enjoying the mini mock tank, so I'm making several. I usually don't do that, but with this I am. And I think that's everything. I don't know. Did I show? I might not have shown this. Because not only am I in the Fox and Rabbit Patreon, I also get their fabric of the month. And this one was Old Man Emu Bush. I don't remember if I showed that. Anyway, it's Old Man Emu Bush, 40 count. And I love this. I love this color. I am super tempted to use this and actually finally start the Haunted Library by Lola Crow. So I have the Haunted Library, Sal. Didn't even start it. I have the not Deadly Aquarium. I have that one too, but that's the one that's current. I haven't started it either. The Greenhouse of Oddities. That was it. I bought that one too. Never started it. So, I figure I should probably do the Haunted Library first, and also it's a library. Ah, how could I not have the library? Books, hello. And so, yeah, I'm really super tempted. Maybe that should be my new moon, new start, is to start that one. What do you think? Is that the one I should start? I think it's the one I should start. And should I do it on Old Man Emu Bush, or is this too dark? Or should I just do what everybody does and do it in on a nice tan linen? Maybe a floss toss is in order. Perhaps. But I do want to start that. And I think this would be a pretty color for it. That is, yes, that is everything. The only other thing in there is a comment from Fox and Rabbit that their serger broke and they didn't serge all the edges, and I'm like, that's fine. Thanks for letting me know. Yeah, it's all good. I was cleaning up, and so this is going to be put where it should be in stash because I missed it when I was done with my stash. I wasn't done with my stash. Forbidden Fiber Company did a Maleficent thing. I bought it. I mean, Maleficent. I couldn't not buy it. She's my favorite villain. And so I bought the yarn, Dark Mistress, on her Gluttony sock base. And then I also had to buy the cross stitch because Maleficent. She is the best. Just saying, she is the best. And I don't know if you can see that. There's a teeny tiny crow, because of course there is. And in here is a project. There's the linen. It is a 32 count Countess linen. Countess would be the colorway. There are all of the threads, which are some very bright threads. Very bright. There is a needle minder. Whoops, let me go this way. Do you see her? Do you see her? This was worth everything. Not exactly. And then the pattern, which says, sometimes a villain is just a princess who hasn't been rescued. I'm going to make this, but there shall be changes. I'm going to change hasn't been rescued to who rescued herself, or something like that. Because that's more my thoughts. So sometimes a villain is just a princess who's rescued herself. And that's what I'm going to have it say. And this is the next thing I'm going to start. I may not do the bright pink, but it's princess. I kind of have to do the bright pink for princess. Like, that is kind of required. Bright pink for princess. I'll suck it up. I'll suck it up. And yes, so I had to get Maleficent. Had to. And later on, I think there's a hole in the bottom of my bag. Oh, no, not a hole. Just a different dye color. And this will be perfect for socks. This size bag will be a perfect sock size bag. Anyhow, I had to come back because this needed to be shown. Needed to be shown. All right, I'll put this in where it belongs. Oops. Yeah, hi. I forgot another thing. In my defense, I did not bring my basket in like I have been, which means that things were in my basket and not out here, which is where this was. This was in the basket because I'm going to start it next month. But I got it this month, so I need to show it off. It's for Evertote Caroline's birthday stitch along, starting in July. And I had to buy the whole thing. Yes, that means I did go back and get the bag because the bag came late. So I went back and I bought the bag because it's pretty and I really like it. And look at the moths. Look at the moths. So what's in here? Everything I need to start. The Artsy Housewives Weeds and Wildflowers for Caroline's birthday in July. So I have all the Roxy flosses, and I have the Roxy fabric, which is really yellow. It's called Buttercup, and I got it in a 40 count linen. And where are you? The needle minder. So yeah, I had one more bit of stash. I think that's everything. But if I pop on one more time, you won't even be surprised at this point today, will you? I wouldn't be. Okay. Maybe see you in a minute. Maybe you'll just see the rest of the video. Who knows? That is stash. Let's go on to life. I have one. No, I don't. I do have one, sort of. I went to a friend's graduation party last weekend. It was delightful. Got to celebrate her accomplishments. And I've sat on my back porch. And I went to the dentist. And yeah, my life is pretty boring. Thumbs up. I would like it to stay boring. It's pretty boring right now. And I am happy for that. My gardening is going okay. I'm growing some Anaheim chili peppers in my greenhouse, and I have chilies. They're growing. I have actual chilies, more than one. So I'm crossing my fingers that I actually get a couple chilies this year. My tomatoes are not doing as well, but then I moved them, and now they're doing better. I have some blooming nasturtiums at this point, which makes me very happy. My sweet peas are doing terrible. Makes me unhappy. Yeah. Have some gorgeous black calla lilies. Oh, they are stunning. Absolutely stunning. Yeah, so gardening. And I've read a couple good books. Don't remember the names of them, but I enjoyed them. They were fluff. They weren't literature in any way, shape, or form. They were delightful fluff, but they made me laugh, and sometimes that's all you need. I'm happy to read books that make me laugh. It's all good. And I folded this piece of paper, and now I don't know what to do with it. My garbage can is over there. Yeah, I'll have a few more things to say life-wise next time, but I don't want to talk about them now because they haven't happened yet. And it's easier to talk about things after they've happened. Right? I think. Anyhow. I think I'm going to go. I have no clue how long this has been because I took a couple different breaks. Thank you, Kitty. She's finally stopped. I guess she's decided that I'm actually really truly not going to give her a snack. No matter how cute she is or how many weaponized mews she does. She has realized no snack. Not today. Right, I'm going to clean all this up, and I am going to, edit, upload, do the things. Wonder what is in that bag. It's a yarn bag, so I know it's not Persian Iris Garden. Oh, I remember what's in it. It's a project I haven't started, so it's all good. It's when I want to start, so it's in the bag. I really want to know what I do with Persian Irish Garden, people. I really do. But I have no clue, so I'm going to go and maybe I'll search for it a little. I will see you all in 2 weeks where it will still be June, thank goodness. And hopefully we will actually have June instead of January-ish. I mean, May was very November, so yeah. It looks like it's going to rain. It's not supposed to rain today, but it really does look like it's going to rain. Anyhow, I was hoping to be able to sit on the porch and knit today. Deck, whatever. I don't think I'm going to get to. Right. I am super behind on all of my YouTube, so maybe that's what I will do after I edit and upload and start my laundry is I will work on this lovely thing and watch more Flosstube. And on that note, I think I'm going to go. Bye all.